Hey my lovelies, I hope you're all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do a Monday's guidance reading. So I feel very connected today to work with one of the decks that is actually my very first ever Oracle deck that I was gifted. And it's kind of like a tale of two halves. So I think this deck really encompasses the light and the dark because it's a beautiful deck, but the person that gifted me this ended up being a right arsehole. And they actually like really let me down from a massive height, which is really sad. And I was in two minds whether to kind of keep this deck or get rid of it, but I actually really like the deck. So it's called Wisdom of the Golden Path. And it's interesting because every experience that we go through in life, whether it's positive or whether it's negative, it shapes us, it morphs us. And I sort of feel by having this deck, it's almost the reward for the darkness I was put through. And for those people that are wondering, oh, what's this all about? In my book, for those of you, for those of you that have read, or maybe you haven't read my book, Stranger in This World, there's a section, there's a chapter called, hang on, I've just got to find it. Trying to find where it is. Bear with me. Oh, here it is. Sorry, it made me laugh when I seen it. There's a chapter called Lord Pretty Boy, and this deck was gifted by Lord Pretty Boy. So some of you are probably thinking, what the hell is he on about? Purchase the book, check it out. The story's interesting, but it makes sense. And it will make sense for those that have already read the book as to why this deck is interesting. So there we go. That's a bit of cryptic stuff for you on this Monday. Anyway, so these are the cards. Let's give them a knock. Let's give them a shuffle. Let's just see where the energies are taking us for this Monday and the coming week ahead. So just channeling these cards for the highest of good. Let's see what we need to know about. Let's see what's going on for the collective energy at the moment. I just want to say as well, you may have seen that I put a shout out the other day that my prices are going to increase from the 1st of September. So Zoom hour readings are going to go up from £50 to 60, and all of my online readings, so my voice recorded, every one of those is going to be going up by an additional £5. Thank you so much for people that have supported the price increase and have said, you know, that I'm worth it and it's about time I up my prices. I've tried to keep them as low as I can for as long as I can, but with the economy the way that it is, I'm having to make a slight adjustment, because for anybody that truly knows the work of light workers, we're not rich, you know, we don't earn thousands, we don't have loads of money sitting in the bank. It's very rewarding, but it's not necessarily rewarding financially, and I still have bills to pay like everybody else, you know. So thank you for everyone that is supporting the adjustment as and when it kicks in. But you can still purchase reads, you know, you can book them now for like say October, November, December, and as long as they're paid for up front, you will still secure them at the price of 50 instead of 60 if you're wanting to do that. So you can drop me a message either via Facebook, Instagram, or on my official website. Okay, so let's get back to these. God, we're going around in circles today. It's like shake, 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 but not much happening. Let's just see if I can get a bit more disciplined with these cards and see where the energies are taking us. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. Okay, so it's quite interesting actually. The card that's come up for us then is space clearing. So it may well be this week that you're having to look at people, circumstances or situations that are in your life and possibly making some alterations, making some adjustments. So with space clearing, I sort of see this as anything, letting go of anything that doesn't sort of serve, anything that doesn't work for you. So like I say, it might be physical items and possessions. If any of you guys are a little bit of a hoarder, maybe you're going through some stuff. And sometimes it's really surprising when we get rid of stuff. I go through it now and again. I get rid of loads of clothes, or I was going to say tarot decks, but I don't get rid of tarot decks. I'm not that stupid. But like, But clothes and things, sometimes I'll get rid of those, and it's surprising how the energy shifts, the energy changes, and you actually feel really good sometimes when you get rid of stuff that you feel you need, but you actually don't need, you know? So I do that quite a lot. But maybe some of you are looking at people in your life. Another thing that I do quite often, and more so at the moment, is I go through my Instagram or my Facebook, and if there are people that haven't spoken to me in years or don't really connect with me, it's just a case of sending them away with love but unfriend, because I want to have quality people, you know, that follow me in not just my group but on my private sort of page, my friends page. So I don't just want tag-alongers, you know. There's obviously my business page group. If people are just interested in sort of Mitch the Medium, then that's the place to go and sort of obviously support and check out. But, you know, I want to try and keep my actual profile page for actual friends, you know. So maybe some of you are doing it in that way, and maybe some of you are physically removing yourself from situations or places that you've outgrown, or you don't feel respected, or you don't feel valued, or just having to make some adjustments that enrich your life. And don't ever apologize, don't ever feel guilty or bad for the choices, for the decisions of what you're having to do, because you will know the reasons as to why you're needing to do this. I mean, I think I've said in a previous video that next year there's some massive changes coming in for me, so I won't be sort of going to certain places that people have been sort of known for seeing me at for quite a number of years, because those things have served me well. They've been amazing. I wish those people luck in their sort of continued journey, but I want to sort of, you know, move into different sort of spaces. So, and those spaces no longer serve and work for my needs, and I just feel I've naturally outgrown them. So primarily, I'll tell you what that is now so that people are aware. It's going to be the centres. I don't really do spiritual churches, but the centres, you know, I've done some beautiful centres over the years, and I've been so lucky to be able to do those. But actually moving forward, I just want to focus on my tour, and I just want to focus on doing or continue to do the mediumship my way. And for people that have come to any of my Spirit Magic nights, most people know how my nights roll. They know that they're quite humorous, they're quite fun, they are a little bit sparkly and a bit camp. And I have my sort of way of working with Spirit, and I feel Spirit entrusts me to continue to sort of do things that way. So it's never sort of discrediting the centres or the spaces that I've worked in, but those are spaces I just don't feel I want to be in moving forward. And there's other places as well, but that's primarily one of the big ones. So space clearing in the ways that you need to, and not having to justify, not having to explain. You know the reasons as to why you're doing what you're having to do. Whether you're putting some of this in space for boundary setting, for your own physical way of life. It could also be for your emotional or mental well-being. But you know, you live life how you need to. And that means keeping all the great stuff, all the great people, all the great experiences, but just gently moving along anything that is not serving or working for you. So I hope you can make sense of this. I'm going to leave this card with you and hope it resonates. An interesting one. What do I need to let you know about? No real shouts for this week, actually. I'm going to be having another weekend off because I'm busy in the week with lots of Zooms and everything else. I do have happening, it's only for my students. So if you're in my student group, just a reminder that tonight Thomas and Claire are joining forces to do a practice night of mediumship. So anybody that is in my student group, you'll be able to go onto the Zoom. There's a link set up, and it's happening from 7:30 until 9, and I'll be there in the background if I need to sort of step in, but I'm hoping the guys are just going to do their thing. So it's going to be a free sort of practice evening, but it's only available if you're in my student group. So sorry if you're not, guys, because it's a safe space for people to learn and develop. What else do I need to let you know about? I think the next big one is my Spirit Magic tour over in Westbury, which is happening on the 7th of September. So tickets are still available if you'd like to come and see me there. I am really excited to do Lee Park Community Centre in Westbury because I've done a lot of stuff there in the past. It's always a beautiful night, and it's really, Westbury is where my journey of mediumship began. So it's always a lovely space to be able to go back to. It's always feeling like coming home when I'm in Westbury, really. So that's going to be happening on the 7th of September. If you haven't yet secured your sort of tickets, do get involved. And also just to let you know, that is the last demo that I'll be doing in Wiltshire for 2024. I do have a couple of other dates scattered around, but obviously that's the last one this year for Wiltshire. So support it. It'll be great to see you there. Otherwise, you won't be able to see me until next year for demos. So I'm going to leave that with you. Have a cool one. Have a beautiful week. Look after yourselves, and I will see you soon. Take care. Love and blessings. Bye for now.